All right, here we go. Another week of real estate on Florida's Emerald Coast. Let's talk about what's going on. We got spring break going on. That's starting. It's good to have a lot of folks in town. We really appreciate it when they come, and it's a lot more interesting to say the least, right? Any talk about what's going on in real estate has to involve mortgage rates, all right? The Fed's meeting today. It's Wednesday, the Fed's meeting, and we'll see if they make any adjustments. Probably not. Probably not. So if you're looking for a reduction in mortgage rates, probably not going to come soon based on Fed activity. All right, maybe June, maybe later in the fall, but I wouldn't expect too much now if that's what you're holding out for. Another thing that we watch very closely is wages. Are wages going up, down, flat? Because, I mean, let's just be honest. People have money if they're employed, nice, but if they're also getting raises, that means they're confident in their future and they feel comfortable buying investment properties at the beach, any property at the beach, also coming on vacation and renting. If their wages are going up, all right, they feel good. So this is a report from Indeed, all right, a major hiring service, online hiring service. And they're saying that all levels, low level, medium level, and high level folks looking for work have not seen the same rate of increases, the same raises. And so they're starting to put out information about, be careful. If you're looking for a raise or extra money, probably not coming as businesses hire less and promote less as they tighten up based on all these rate increases. Watch that as we go forward, right? Is that going to impact our rentals? Maybe some. Is it going to impact our buying? Maybe some parts, all right? I still know there's a lot of money out there. A lot of folks with a lot of money, but watch it for sure. What else are we watching? Well, it's always good to watch prices. Are they going up? Are they going down? Are they flat? This way you get a good sense of what's going on with real estate here on Florida's Emerald Coast. And let's take a look. Here you go. Here's condos, Destin area, including Fort Walton and Miramar Beach. All right, a lot of red. A lot of red on here, right? That tells us that prices are softening a little bit. But if you look at the percent changes, they're not huge. Huge, I would say, is probably 10% or higher. 10% and lower, that's kind of a normal ebb and flow. But here you can look over month, year over year. Yeah. Destin condos are a lot in the red there. Okay, but not so much that you're worried. I think we're seeing sellers saying, okay, fine. They're not going up. We're not really being penalized as it goes down. I'll just take my property off the market, or I'll just wait, I'll hold my price, all that stuff. That's why we're not seeing a whole lot of transactions or even a lot of massive fall off in price. So yeah, softening, but not anything too worrisome. Buyers probably gonna feel more pressure than sellers. Let's take a look at Destin Homes. What's going on here? Okay, a lot of red. We're looking at a lot of red here. It looks like the swings are a little bit bigger, right? Big jump up here in January, followed by a drop off here in February. March not looking great. Then if you look at last year versus this year, yeah. Again, like with the condos, I think what this says is prices aren't going up more than that they're falling off a lot. And we're seeing this with sellers just choosing not to go very much off their prices, if they even come on the market at all. We got a lot of them just waiting. That's why the number of transactions are so low. So takeaway, going to be a little bit more pressure, I think, on buyers as these interest rates come down over the rest of the year, which will create an affordability boom. I would look for prices to come up. Even though there's a lot of red on here, it's just not down enough where it's going to move the needle. But I think if rates come down, look out. How about on 30A? Okay, look at 30A. They're not feeling the same pressure over there for sure. A little bit of red on here, a little bit. But again, the upsides are huge. This is 30A condos. The upside is huge. Look at last October, 117% up. All right, before that, 55%. After that, 60. These are still huge numbers, people. So part of it is there's just not very many condos on 30A for sure. So the skew gets pretty crazy, no doubt about it. But yeah, what a thing. Overall, again, prices are going up. It's good to be a property owner of a condo on 30A. I just don't think they're feeling a lot of pressure at lower prices. Even though there's a little bit of red on here, they're not feeling it. This is going to be a buyer issue. Again, as rates come down, look for prices to go up. Hey, how about houses? Owner of a house on 30A. Prices are solid and likely going up. All right? Interesting. Panama City, let's look. Let's look. What's happening over here? Panama City Beach condos. Oh, interesting here, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, interesting. And again, look at the spreads. They're not that substantial, which tells me that, you know, it's kind of an even market, maybe even healthy, right? Little up, little down. If I sell, all right, great. I'm not going to lose a big up that I might have had, or I'm not going to get hit with a big down if I don't sell, is what I'm seeing here. Same thing with a buyer. Yeah, if I wait, am I going to get hit? Maybe not. If I don't wait, am I going to get hit? Am I going to get a benefit? No, probably not. I think that's why we're seeing a lot of waiting. Again, these mortgage rates are going to have a big impact on this, because if you're waiting to buy for mortgage rates to come down, and you're waiting to buy because you want to take advantage of that, be very careful, because what I think is going to happen is when rates do come down later in the year, you're going to see these sellers increase their price because now the buyers have cheaper opportunity to get money and they'll be willing to spend more. So be careful if you're waiting on mortgage rates to come down. I think that's a bad bet. You're better off buying today at today's rate. If the numbers work, buy at today's price and rate, and then refi if they come down, prices come down, right? Prices of money comes down. And then roll the dice that prices are going to fall off, because I don't think real estate prices are going to fall off. I do think mortgage rates will come down some and you can refi, but I don't think real estate prices are going to come down. If they do, it won't be a whole lot. But I'm also worried that they can go up, especially when those rates drop. I think prices can go up. All right, more so. More of the same, even more of it though, right? A little bit of red. Look at those prices. Unbelievable. Now, they haven't seen the same swings as the houses did on 30A, but they're certainly up. And again, they're not massively up, so I guess that gives a break to the buyer a little bit. They're up some, they're down a tiny, they're up some, they're up some. But yeah, as I look at these numbers, I say it's good to be up. All right, is this whole houses over there? Yeah, a little bit of red here. You got some good amount of red. And again, though, the numbers aren't huge. They're fairly small numbers. So that's a pretty even market there. And I can't stress this enough. If you're waiting for rates to come down, I would buy that property today, because the odds that prices come down isn't great. And if they come down, it's going to be marginal. But the odds that prices go up when the mortgage rates come down is very high. I would look for sellers to increase their price if buyers can get cheap money. So lock in your rate and your price today. Refi if you get a better rate, I think, is the smart play. What else are we watching? Okay, we're watching this, right? The NAR ruling, the National Association of Realtors. We're seeing it everywhere. It's everywhere. Look at this, okay? All it says is that listing agents now cannot put into the MLS how much they're paying buyer agents. And that buyer agents are going to have to get what is called a buyer representation agreement with buyers that says how much the buyer is going to pay them if the listing agent or seller doesn't pay them. Simple as that. That's really simple as that. Is it going to change much? Probably not for most people. Some folks are going to sellers are going to choose not to pay a buyer. That's going to be a problem, because if a buyer agent isn't getting paid, they're not going to work very hard to show your property. And as a seller, you really want as many buyers as possible to see your property. So I would urge you as a seller to simply build in the price of the buyer's agent and enlist as many buyers as you can to sell your property. That's the best way to do it, all right? That'll make you more money than it will save you by cutting those folks out, all right? And as a buyer, you want to make sure you hire somebody who understands the market, who understands the contracts, can protect you from stuff you don't even know to ask, right? And the contracts and how to write them and work in your protections. Yeah, you're going to want that. All right. So I don't think after this big wave of hoo-ha goes by, I think you can settle in and it's going to be, right, pay for value. All right. If a realtor provides value, pay for it. If the listing agent provides value, pay for it. It's worth it. worth it. That's about it. That's what's going on in the market. What should you do? What should you do? Here's what you do. Same as we always say, right? If you're in for the long haul, 10 years, 5 years, probably even 5 years or longer, 10 for sure, 20 better, ride it out. Ride it out. Markets go up, markets go down, markets go up, right? We're in some period right now where it's not really sure. But I think when those mortgage rates come down, prices are going to go up, and they might go up a lot. If you're a short-term holder as an owner, run, always. Because in the short term, we just don't know. There's too many variables that can impact stuff. And if you're 3, 5, 1 months even away, run, okay? Mitigate your risk and take advantage of what we know right now. We know prices are still pretty high. They're softening for sure a little bit, but we know you can get you a high price now, all right? If you're a buyer and you can find a property that works for you, you love it, the numbers work, you can afford it, it cash flows, it does whatever you're looking for it to do, you should buy it and mitigate the risk that prices are gonna go up, all right? I don't think they're gonna fall far enough where it makes sense to wait and to see what happens, because I think interest rates are gonna come down later in the year, June, maybe October, somewhere around there, and when they do, I think the price is gonna go up. So if you're a buyer considering buying, I think you're gonna be better off buying sooner than later and locking in a price and having the flexibility to refi if rates go down, right? But this is what we do. If you have questions about your property, send us an email, info@smartbeachinvestor.com. We'd love to talk to you about it. If you're a buyer looking to buy, give us a shot. We'd love to talk to you about your goals. All right, so there you go. That's what's going on this week. I hope that's helpful. Tune in next week because I can promise you this, it's gonna be different. All right, have a great week, everyone.